Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a source that's making a really bold prediction about silver. The argument is that what we're seeing in the market right now, well, it isn't just a short-term spike. It's the start of something a whole lot bigger. And bam, this is the line that just grabs you right from the start. This isn't some cautious, maybe this will happen forecast. No, this is a flat-out declaration. The claim is that a massive market event is unfolding as we speak, and that most people are about to miss the boat entirely. So, what's the magic number here? According to the source, it's $84. The idea is that silver just smashed through the $84 an ounce mark, but here's the critical part. The source doesn't see this as the peak, not at all. They see it as the new floor, the launch pad for this massive squeeze they're predicting.
All right, let's really dig into the heart of this thing, what the source is calling the Great Silver Squeeze. The main idea here is that this price jump we just saw, that wasn't the grand finale. Nope, that was just the opening act of a much, much bigger show.
So where is all this coming from? Well, the entire argument is built on one simple but pretty staggering fact. For 5 years in a row, we, as a planet, have used more silver than all the mines in the world have been able to pull out of the ground. That creates this deep imbalance, a supply deficit that just keeps getting worse, and it's setting the stage for a potential price explosion. Okay, so we've got a supply deficit, but why is it all coming to a head right now? The source points to what it calls a perfect storm of demand, and it's being fueled by three huge global trends all happening at the exact same time. Let's break them down. First up, the green energy revolution. Now, silver is the most electrically conductive metal on Earth, period. That makes it absolutely essential for things like solar panels, electric vehicles, and all the 5G infrastructure going up. The argument is that this massive industrial demand is just acting like a giant vacuum, sucking up the world's available supply. Next, and this is a really interesting twist, you've got the AI boom. The source points out that all these huge data centers needed to power artificial intelligence, they're packed with components that need silver. So, as AI grows like crazy, so does this brand new and incredibly powerful source of demand for silver. So you have these two massive tech drivers, but the third one, it's a classic story. The rush to safety. The source argues that with inflation hanging around and people asking questions about the dollar's stability, investors are getting pretty nervous about their paper assets. They're looking for something tangible, something real, and that's pushing them back to physical precious metals like silver. Now, with this perfect storm brewing, the source makes a really, really important distinction. It argues that not all silver is created equal. The key, it says, isn't just about owning silver, it's about owning the right kind of silver. And this slide lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got physical coins, something you can actually hold in your hand. The source says it's 100% yours, end of story. On the other side is what it calls paper silver, like ETFs. And the argument here is that this is just a claim. It's an IOU. It comes with counterparty risk, which means you're just hoping some other company makes good on its promise. In a real supply crunch, the source asks, do you want the actual metal or just a piece of paper that promises it? Let's break that down a bit more. The source highlights these key benefits of physical bullion. Zero counterparty risk. What does that actually mean? It means there's no bank or institution between you and your asset. It can't just be deleted in a computer glitch. Global liquidity means a coin like an American Silver Eagle is instantly recognized and can be sold almost anywhere in the world. And finally, you protect yourself from a premium explosion. That's where the price to get your hands on an actual coin could skyrocket way above the market price. Kind of like paying a massive markup for the last bottle of water in the desert. Okay, so all of this, the supply crunch, the demand explosion, the physical versus paper debate, it's all building up to the source's biggest and boldest claim. Something they frame not as a maybe, but as an absolute inevitability. It's an argument designed to create a real sense of urgency. And this is where they pull out the big guns, the comparison to Bitcoin. The source uses this analogy to completely reframe how you look at the price of silver today. It's tapping into that collective memory we all have of a missed opportunity, basically saying that thinking silver is expensive right now is the exact same mistake people made about Bitcoin all those years ago. So let's talk numbers. What are we actually looking at here? The source is projecting a price target of between $100 and $150 an ounce by the end of 2026. This chart really shows you what a massive jump that would be from today's $84 price, putting silver squarely in triple-digit territory. You might be thinking, okay, $150, that's a huge leap. How do they justify it? Well, it all comes down to one key concept: inelastic industrial demand. The argument is that the companies making solar panels, EVs, and AI tech have to get silver. It's not a choice. So as the supply gets tighter and tighter, they'll be forced to pay almost any price just to keep their factories running. So after laying out this whole case, the supply problems, the demand drivers, the big price predictions, the source basically turns the tables and puts the final question to you. It frames this whole thing as a personal decision that you need to think about right now.
And there it is. This is the provocative question the entire article has been building towards. It's designed to make you really stop and think, positioning today's $84 price not as a risk, but as a window of opportunity, a deal of a lifetime that might be about to slam shut for good.
And that first question really leads to this much bigger one, doesn't it? The entire argument from the source materials seems to boil down to this. In a world that's more and more about digital currencies and assets you can't touch, what's the role and what's the true value of holding something real, something tangible, something you can actually call your own?